Hello and welcome back to the Morning Commute. It is Monday morning and I hope you guys are well. Thank you for tuning in. It is currently 73 degrees outside and we had a good weekend. I actually got some work done on my truck that I've been putting off for ages, and got to get some family time. And then the boys got to see a concert yesterday, so it was good. The weather on Sunday morning was perfect too. So Saturday I ended up getting up early and going to pick up my truck and dropping off my son's vehicle for an oil change. And then on Sunday, got up early and went to Home Depot to get some parts and materials. Then I just changed out my fluid on my rear diff. So it was a pretty chill weekend. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I heard it was kind of windy up north, a little chilly. But let's go see what's happening with the traffic today.
On your skin, your hair, and your home. Some people turn to...
You essentially said that they intended to deport me.
Longbottom is one of 4 demonstrators, 2 from Ireland, 1 from Poland, who have been told they are to be deported from Germany over accusations of anti-Semitism and support for terrorism, over alleged actions at protests against Israel's war in Gaza. In an email to NPR, Berlin's immigration office confirmed it had revoked the residence permit of 4 what it called pro-Palestinian activists. It said this was, quote, in connection with a pro-Palestinian protest where masked individuals entered a university building and caused property damage, including graffiti. It added that criminal proceedings are still ongoing, but did not say what the individuals were being charged with, and said it would not comment further for privacy reasons. Defense lawyer Alexander Gorski says they haven't been told what they're being charged with.
They have no criminal convictions. As criminal defense lawyers, we haven't even seen the files yet, so we don't even know what exactly our individual clients are accused of.
Roberta Murray got the same letter back in January.
I was actually out doing shopping and I was in the middle of a supermarket when I opened my email.
Murray is a 31-year-old artist from Ireland who works at a cafe in Berlin and has lived there for years.
And then in March we received a very long document outlining why we're being deported and telling us that we're such a threat to the German society that we have to leave the country by April 21st.
NPR has seen the letter which says if you do not voluntarily leave the country by April 21st, you are hereby threatened with deportation to Ireland. Longbottom, the American student, risks losing a visa. But for the Irish demonstrators who are European citizens, the right to reside anywhere in the European Union is enshrined in EU law as a founding principle. But while the letter cites EU law and alleges they are deportable because they pose a significant threat to security, Gorski says that hasn't been proven yet.
Normally that is only achieved if you have higher prison sentences. In this case, none of the 4 have ever been.
Start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. Taxes, fees, and other third-party charges will apply. See website for additional details.
President Trump is calling for no more changing of the clocks. What would it take to get it done everywhere but Arizona and Hawaii? We'll talk about it today at 2 on the next Chris and Joe Show.
And good morning to you. It is 5:41 on this Monday. I'm LaDonna Harvey along with Jim Sharp in the KTAR Business Center. Lucid has won a bankruptcy auction for Nikola's manufacturing facility in Coolidge. The Saudi-backed California luxury electric vehicle company already produces vehicles at a massive manufacturing facility in Casa Grande. That's what it was when I was here. Our partners at the Phoenix Business Journal report that they have agreed to pay $30 million for the facility and headquarters in Phoenix plus other assets.
After some pretty decent gains on Friday, by Friday's close, we're seeing some gains in the futures markets. Dow up 365, S&P up 75, the Nasdaq's up 325. For more money news, visit the Business Center at KTAR.com.
KTAR News Flash.
And at 5:40. 542, this is what you need to know right now. The president's released a memorandum putting the Roosevelt Reservation under Pentagon control. The public land spans the border of New Mexico, Arizona, and California, all along the Mexican border. It allows troops to apprehend border crossers on the reservation.
Today begins week 2 in the Arizona trial of Lori Vallow Daybell, who's accused of conspiring to kill her husband, Charles Vallow, in 2019 before she killed her children in Idaho. Daybell's representing herself in that trial and is already serving life sentences in Idaho for the deaths of her children.
Eggflation leads to desperation. Some people are turning to decorating marshmallows and hiding them. Walmart selling a new kit that includes food coloring, fine point decorating pens, tongs, and a 24-ounce bag of jumbo marshmallows, all for $1.99. The brand claims to have signature puffing technology, just if you're wondering. All of our top stories just 15 minutes away. For more news, KTAR.com and the KTAR News app.
KTAR traffic alert. Yeah, we got a closed freeway, at least partially closed. Here is John Roller in the Valley Chevy Dealers Traffic Center.
Yeah, Tim, rough start in the West Valley. Let's get right to it. We've got a full closure, northbound Loop 101, hour free of freeway. This closure is right at Northern. Had a crash up ahead earlier this morning and involving a commercial vehicle. So this crash under investigation. Again, northbound Loop 101, the hour free of freeway at Northern. You're being taken off at Northern, and now we're getting word of a crash 111th Avenue in Northern. So that is our trouble spot this morning. Heads up, give yourself a few extra minutes. And one other crash working right now, NC 85 and Litchfield Road in the Goodyear area. Traffic is brought to you by AZ Trimlight. Enhance and brighten your home with programmable outdoor lighting. Get 10% off or 1 year same as cash. Go to aztrimlight.com for full details. John Roller, KTAR News.
Weather-wise, partly cloudy skies and a high of 96. We're going to stay in the 90s until Thursday when we dip back into the 80s. Your weather is brought to you by Howard Air and Plumbing. Whether replace or repair, call Howard Air and Plumbing.
Highlight on housing. The current state of the Valley's housing market highlights how the COVID-19 pandemic exacerbated income inequality. KTAR's Heidi Hommel talked with a market expert about how we got here and who has been left behind.
Tina Tambor with the Cromford Report explains, when mortgage rates hit 3% or lower during the pandemic, it was a buyer's paradise.
It's like as if the market had been pinched like a hose and all that pressure built up, and then when things reopened, we just saw the demand explode.
However, Tambor says flip investors like Opendoor, OfferPad, and Zillow also got involved. They buy up homes for cheap, fix them up, and sell them for even more.
All of the money that was being flooded into the marketplace through the stimulus packages started flooding into Wall Street, and so then Wall Street got involved and they started buying properties.
She says the buying frenzy led to inflated housing prices, which peaked in June of 2022.
The low mortgage rates, while they were great, they didn't do a whole lot for buyers because they were getting bid out by these large firms.
Tambor explains demand has since dropped due to increased rates, while supply is normal.
We're about 20% below normal for our demand, but we're just about dead even on where we should be this time of year for supply.
While the demand for homes under $500,000 has been suppressed, Tambor says the market for the Valley's priciest homes is thriving.
But we have a growth in the luxury market, specifically over $1 million. We're seeing double-digit growth in those sales.
Now, the average age of a first-time home buyer in Arizona has hit an all-time high at 38 years old, according to the National Association of Realtors. The median home price in Phoenix now sits at roughly $485,000, blocking out younger and less wealthy buyers. But it's not only young adults struggling to find affordable housing. Community Initiatives Director Amy St. Peter with the Maricopa Association of Government says the lack of affordable rentals.
All right, folks, thank you for tuning in. You guys have a great day. It looks like we might get some moisture today. And like I said, I'm not sure when you guys are all planting up north. Let us know what you've planted so far, your plans. Hope I can get up there soon and do some white corn. But you guys have a great day. Talk to you later.